Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about $11 billion being injected into Bitcoin. But here's the thing. There's a lot more coming. That's barely scratching the surface. So let's talk about that, and let's talk about what's driving people to inject their money into Bitcoin and what else to expect. So let's do it. Welcome, guys. The market bell has just rung. And today is not looking so good for the U.S. market once again. U.S. market has been pretty rocky and shaky. And this is the reason why Bitcoin actually has been so strong. Because there's a flight to quality. And I will tell you why. But I mean, just look at the front page. Look at WeWork. This was such a hot startup just a few years ago. Once valued at close to $50 billion, now has filed for bankruptcy. See, if this happened in crypto, this would be considered a rug. And maybe the founders would be in jail, right? Or sued by the SEC. But if you go public, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if a company goes from 50 billion to zero and the founders still made billions or hundreds of millions from it. That's quite okay. See, there's a weird difference there, right? But yeah, that's what's happening. It's not just them. A lot of companies are starting to miss their earnings. Look at Uber missed their earnings. And recently, even the big companies like Google, they didn't miss their earnings, but their forecast was horrible, so they started going under. I mean, everything's going under. Disney's going under. Not under, but like they underperformed for last quarter. So there's a lot of fear in markets right now. So this is one reason why people are being driven to Bitcoin and crypto, because where else do you go park your money when everything is so scary? Okay. Now, even though Fed Chair Powell, right there in the background, he said that we don't need another rate hike. The thing is, he may be forced. And now, this is not something that I want. I don't think anyone wants more rate hikes, okay? But here's the thing. He said, it's a wait-and-see moment, obviously, right? We have to digest more economic data. We got to see how inflation is, right, before he can make a decision on just staying the course or raising or even cutting. The thing is, well, if economy overall isn't doing so good like before, we are seeing unemployment go up now. We're at 3.9%. When we first started all the rate hikes, we were like at sub 3.4, 3.3. So it has been coming up. Jobs, overall employment numbers has been coming down. So the economy is definitely moving in the wrong direction right now. But inflation is also moving in the wrong direction right now. We came down from 9.1% all the way down to 3%. And then since then, we've been going up 3.2, 3.7, 3.7. So what's going to happen if inflation creeps back up? So we have another big inflation reading in a week. Okay, so what's going to happen if inflation ticks up to 4% or back to 5%? What is Powell going to do then? Is he going to raise rates once again when the economy is already suffering, right? He doesn't have the leisure like before where he could raise rates infinitely without worrying about destroying the economy, because he has done so already. He kind of destroyed it and it's coming down. So can he even afford to raise rates anymore? That's the thing. So now we're getting into that iffy point. The point that people had predicted a year ago, right? This is also causing a lot of fear because if inflation does this and this, just like in the 70s, then we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. A lot of people think that we can follow the inflation waves of before, like the 70s, where, it seems like inflation's all good and we're coming down, and then boom, we form even a higher high for inflation. So if that happens and the economy, U.S. economy is doing bad already, What is Powell going to do, right? Probably not going to do a whole lot. He's going to try to keep increasing rates. Here's the thing. You know, this is never ending. This will never stop because the U.S. has a debt problem. The U.S. has a spending problem. And, yeah, so this is never going to stop. Not fully, okay, but hopefully we get out of this, you know, out of this inflation wave and we don't form another one. But if we do, that's bad. So this is the second reason why. First of all, the economy is not doing well. Equities are selling off, and then inflation worries, right? So these are all reasons why there is a flight to quality. This is the reason why there are a lot of people now taking their money and seriously thinking about putting into in Bitcoin or have already put in Bitcoin, right? So that's the reason, because it's just really darn scary out there. It really is. The last few months, I haven't even really paid attention to the stock market, but if you did, you would see that there is definitely a decline, a trend downwards, which is one that no one wants to see, right? And the same thing with bonds. Bonds used to be a safe haven, sort of, but because of an inverted yield curve, it's out of whack. You can't even put money into long-term bonds if you want to preserve that wealth. If you want to lose money, go ahead and buy a long-term bond. So, you know, everything's going down. The only thing that's showing true strength right now is Bitcoin. That's why we have record-breaking open interest on a CME. Okay, so a lot. This is for institutions. Institutions are buying the futures. They're buying futures and future-based ETFs. So we're seeing a lot of money flow in from the institutions, but also, of course, from the retail side, we're seeing a lot too. $11 billion injected into Bitcoin recently, okay? Within basically the last month, we're seeing a ton of money flow into the space. But here's the thing. Like I said at the beginning, this is barely, this is a drop in the bucket. We have barely started this run. So as the economy, I'm just talking about U.S., but U.S. economy is getting weaker. Other countries, similarly, as economies around the world get weaker and weaker and weaker because of the crushing debt and crushing inflation, more and more people will be driven to the best asset there is, Bitcoin. There will be this flight to quality, flight to safety, and there's none better than Bitcoin. So we will, as this cycle moves forward, see more billions upon billions upon billions flow into Bitcoin. This is just the retail side, but from an institutional side, it's going to be a lot more, okay? Not just from futures, ETFs, but Bitcoin spot ETFs. Those are coming. BlackRock and Fidelity and ARK and 7 others, they will bring so much, trillions into the space from the institutions, right? So this is we're barely off the ground, and that's great. That's really, really great, right? So that's why we're in Bitcoin. That's why we stay steady. And alts too. Although some maxis keep saying everything else is a shitcoin, that's simply not true. So it's Bitcoin, yes, and then alts as well. Kiss of death on DXY might also push Bitcoin to the sky. Well, this is actually happening because DXY, a lot of people are starting to lose a little faith in the dollar. So that's why DXY is actually starting to climb down a little bit, especially with our debt problems in the U.S. and so forth, right? And usually when DXY starts coming down, Bitcoin and crypto goes upwards. So we have decoupled. So we had gone through a period where DXY was climbing up and Bitcoin was still climbing up. That almost never, ever, ever happens. But it happened within the last few months, right? But now DXY is coming down. It should be helping Bitcoin as well, right? So that is also there. And then finally, you know, we got a lot of fractal patterns. I show these all the time, right? You have this ceiling, and then you have these tests where we try to break through the ceiling, and then we move forward, right? Every single time. Every single time. Now, this one is interesting because it has a certain angle, this negative 8 degree angle as the ceiling. Okay, and then you can see in 2016, we tested a couple times. In 2020, we tested 4 times before moving up. This time around, we haven't tested yet. It's around 46,000. But when will we test it? Around a little bit before the halving event, around that time frame. And if we test it and test it some more and we break through, that's when the parabolic phase starts. Okay, but maybe we could hit 46,000 by the end of this year. We still have basically 2 full months. I know the first week is over already, but we still got a lot of time. We get a spot Bitcoin ETF. Watch out. We get approval. Bitcoin could be going up 10,000 points within a single day after approval. So let's wait for that. Let's wait for that. All right. Now, what else is going on? There are a few altcoin news, some crypto news. Meme coins have been coming back. Sheeb, DOGE, Pepe, Floki, they're all coming back. Okay. Now, yesterday I spent a whole lot of time last night going through the list. Top 100, an overview, right? It's always funny because when I do that, there are certain bag holders that get really pissed off that I either don't talk about their coin or I don't say good things about their coin. So then they feel like they have to attack me. So I'm like, I was reading comments yesterday and there's so many people that get so pissed off. Like, you skipped over this, or you didn't talk about this, or you don't know what you're talking about because you didn't talk about this. Yeah, there's just a lot of bag holders that this tribalism in crypto is all the time. But anyways, what I was saying is, I went through a top 100, giving a broad overview, basically, of the top 100 coins that I like and I don't like, or I'm neutral on, or at least you get a little bit of insight into them. But yeah, meme coins I did cover, right? Doge doesn't have anything going on, yet it's still the strongest meme coin there is. Sheeb does have a lot of things going on. Okay, but it hasn't been gaining strength. But there's another one, Floki, that I rarely talk about because I really don't pay attention to them. But they're also building a whole lot of stuff. And then, of course, you got Pepe, who's the newest kid in the block, right? A lot of people like Pepe. It doesn't do anything, but it's still holding and going upwards. That's just how it is. With every single cycle, you have a lot of meme coins. But a lot of these meme coins, they're starting to change. They don't want to just be a meme coin. They want to do something with their treasury, right? Or whatever they have, they want to move forward. So today there's a lot of Floki stuff, so I'm just going to talk about it. Floki introduced a new staking mechanism, and they introduced a new coin called TokenFi, which really has nothing to do with Floki, but whatever. TokenFi, I looked into it. It's a project that helps people create more tokens. Yes, we need more tokens in this space. But that's what TokenFi is. But people that are staking Floki now can earn pretty good rewards, yield, right, for just simply holding. Like 3 months is 52%, 82% for 1 year. If you could stake it for 4 years, you get 165%. But that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. No one's going to be staking it for 4 years, right? But they did introduce staking, right? So that's something new. And they introduced token, which is this new TokenFi thing, right? Hopefully they don't get too distracted with it because it seems like it's a completely new project and it's a completely new token. And I know they've been advertising it and trying to make a big splash with it, but they're making it so that you stake Floki and you get rewarded in token. So token is definitely inflationary while Floki isn't. So I don't know if that's a good thing. For token. But anyways, so they're moving forward. They also have this locker protocol, which allows other projects to lock in their assets as well. Like one project I'm associated with is Amino Rewards. Amino Rewards does have a relationship with Floki. They partner up and they are part of this locker program. So there are a lot of things that Floki is trying to implement right now. But here's the thing. with all this, right? And I get a lot of meme coins like Sheeb and Floki. They want to go beyond. They don't want to just stay a meme, right? But who's the biggest meme? Doge. And what do they have going for it? Nothing. So when it comes to memes, I don't know. I don't know if all these new added utility actually do anything. Does it really legitimize them? Does it really get people to get excited about them and buy more of it? It's unknown, untested theory at this point because all these things are just coming up now, right? While we're still low. But in the coming bull market, let's see. Let's see everything that Sheeb has done. Is it going to help them propel above Doge? And what about Floki? And what about Pepe, who says they are going to try to build a utility, right? So all these meme coins, are they going to see the benefit? I guess we will see. Now, one thing that Elon said that may be hurting Doge, well, I don't know if it hurts Doge or maybe it helps. Elon did say that none of his companies will ever issue a crypto, okay? Meaning Tesla, there's not going to be a Tesla coin. There's not going to be a SpaceX coin or a Neuralink coin or XAI coin, right? Or an X coin. But that doesn't mean that he won't embrace Doge, right? So that's like the saving grace. That's the only thing that Doge has for it is that maybe Elon embraces Doge in some way in his future payment program or payment wallet or crypto wallet or whatever, right? So I guess we will have to see. All right. I think that's pretty much it. If you look at CMC, just down slightly from yesterday. You still have some good movers like Solana's heating up again today. Toncoin is still doing very well. Chainlink still on a fantastic run. Chainlink has been so strong. I haven't seen Chainlink this strong ever. So a lot of alts are still doing good. Bitcoin came down a little bit, but still overall, if you're zooming out, you realize that Bitcoin is just going sideways, still consolidating, right? And that's okay because look at how long this consolidation was versus where we are now. It's a very, very, very tight gap. And Bitcoin just looks like it wants to break out and upwards, and more people are coming in. So it's just a matter of time. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right. Let's see. Let me scroll up here. I'm John says, stop the hate on Doge. All right. 8 Point says, almost a George. Need a nice bull run to become a real George. You will. Just wait for the next 2 years. George is now a supreme commander for XRP. Well, would a supreme commander just happen to have this laying around? The answer is yes. All right. I live in Florida. My family hasn't been to Disney in years. Yes. Let's see. Inflation isn't going to come down. It's only going to go up. That's a scary thing. If we do follow this, like we're now going to start climbing up again. If this second wave of inflation is even worse than the first wave, Powell is going to be in big trouble. The U.S. economy is going to be in big trouble. But the fortunate thing is it's going to drive a lot more people to Bitcoin. It's going to drive a huge amount of people into Bitcoin. Let's see. Scrappy Loco says, hey, George, most of my crypto is broken to green. Or even, should I DCA into the ones that haven't yet? Or should I put more into Bitcoin, Sol, and Ethereum? First of all, congratulations. It proves that DCA works. A lot of you guys have been telling me that. A lot more people recently have been telling me, I'm in the green now, or I 10x'd, what I started with, or whatever. Congratulations to all. And there's a lot more people that have become whole coiners as well, okay? In your situation, you can do whatever the hell you want. If you feel like you need a little bit more Bitcoin because Bitcoin is still going to be the big daddy for a while, it's going to lead the market, you want that strength and stability, put more into Bitcoin. But if you want to be a little bit more risky, you want to prepare for the altcoin season, well, then you can DCA into some of the others like Sol and Ethereum, right? So it's really up to you. Make sure, though, I think the biggest thing is make sure you have cash on the side. In case we go up and then we have a pullback or something, make sure you have enough cash on the side to be able to DCA longer into the future, right? Until we hit our previous high, I still think DCAing works, right? Like right now, people ask, is it smart to DCA into Bitcoin when it's so high, right? Well, even at 35,000, are we back to 69,000? No. So then, yeah, it's still pretty good. Next Crypto Gem Season 2, I don't know. I don't think there may be another season. I wish there was something else, but I don't think so. Otherwise, I think we would have started filming already. It was, it was the first of its kind. Too bad. I don't think we unleashed its full potential. But if there is a season 2 or another show, right, it's going to be very different and much better. Don Thompson, thanks for getting up every morning. I'm not at the age of 73. Are you at the age of 73? If you are, wow. Not many people your age, I don't believe, are in Bitcoin. But if you are, congratulations. I was just talking to my neighbor the other day. He's older. He's probably late 60s. He would ask me about it periodically, but he's just not really interested. I can't really have a long conversation with them because he just doesn't care enough or believe in enough or whatever. A lot of people are like that. They may ask when Bitcoin pumps, they're like, oh, why did it go up 30%? But they don't really care to truly understand the answer. They just want to know, should I buy right now and make 20 to 30%? Steve-O says, I'm 64 and our monk is 60. All in on Bitcoin and shitcoins. You can just say Bitcoin and crypto. You don't have to label it as everything else is shitcoin. My 75-year-old dad has 1.5 Bitcoin. Awesome to him. 64 here, 67. Man, 62. It's rare. It's really rare. Well, I guess my mom and my aunt, they're in their 60s. They hold some Bitcoin, right? So I guess it's not that rare. But yeah, I mean, you would figure still with crypto, it's more for the younger generation, right? But a lot of people, I bet most of you guys got driven in because inflation, because worry about your money, right? You just can't trust. The more I learn about money, the more I realize you can't trust. You can't trust it, and you can't trust the people that are printing the money and the people that are trying to apply policy to money. You just can't. And that's exactly why Satoshi created Bitcoin. I sent, Charles says, I sent some XRP from Binance to Trust, but doesn't show in balance, but shows on Explorer. Updating Trust, nothing. Sometimes you just got to wait. If you send a small amount, it takes a while to actually it takes a while for all confirmations to go through. So just wait. Do a poll for age groups here. You know what? Let's do it. Start a poll. How old are you? Add option. Let's just do 20 to 25, and then 25 through 30, 30 through 40. Oh no, this is not right. I'm gonna do 25 to 35, 35 through 50, no, 45, and then 45 plus. Is that good? No. 20 to 30. Sorry. Trying to make this so it fits. 40 to 50. And then 50 plus. All right. Let's see. Just start a poll. You guys don't have to list it. Just vote on a poll. Pretty even. I know majority of my audience are older. I'm pretty sure not a whole lot of teenagers, 0 teenagers watch me. Very few 20-year-olds watch me because they all want, you know, they all want like quick pics and meme stuff. Yeah, I think this is about right. Majority is between 30 to 40 and 40 to 50, although there's many of you guys above 50. Charles is in his 30s looking 62. That is true. Not only looks, but talks and moves like a 62-year-old. Maybe not 60, but 50-year-old. But yeah, Charles is younger than me. What happened to XRP Army? Yesterday, XRP was above 70-something cents in the morning. Now it's below. You know, where's the strength of the XRP Army? Any other movers? Kronos is doing really well today. Kronos is a chain from Crypto.com, 10%. Any other movers? Trust Wallet, Conflux. Yep. Yesterday I mentioned, you know, I like L1s, L2s, you know, the base layers for dApps, right? They are definitely gaining strength right now. You could see money just kind of move into all of them. Charles's Benjamin Button. I loved that movie when it came out. There's a lot of movies I loved when I was growing up. Now, these days, not so much. Who are crypto-friendly banks in the U.S.? None that I know of. I really don't know of any major banks that are like really super friendly to crypto people. I don't. It's best to like just not tell them. DMS, thank you. You should do videos on how to debank. I wish I was fully debanked. I'm not. I still rely on my bank accounts for a lot of things. But there are a lot more companies that are trying to, you know, help people move in that direction. We're just a little bit too early, But I would say within the next 10 years, things will certainly change. Right now, we're starting to hear more about companies accepting crypto directly, but in the interim, we have companies that's providing like debit cards and conversions, you know, like crypto to fiat conversions for businesses, and you know, we're getting there, just not quite there yet to be becoming fully unbanked or debanked. Yeah, I got 1,100 people that that voted on the poll. Majority of people, 34% of people is between 30 to 40. 28% is 40 to 50. Unfortunately, I fall into that category. 23% over 50, which is still a large amount, but only 16 people between 20 and 30. You know what I got to do to attract more young people? I just got to do more videos about meme coins. I'm going to start every week talking about my favorite new meme coin and show myself degenning into them and doing, you know, 20, 30, 50x leverage into them. I bet my 20 to 30-year-olds will go up a lot. Or I could just hire a really attractive host, you know. They'll probably do it too. Len, another gifted membership. Thank you. To attract the young people, you have to do pump and dumps on meme coins. See, that's what I'm saying. Once the bull market starts, what I'm going to do is do one video per week about the latest meme coins to pay attention to. And I'll cover like the top 5 that just came out in the week. I bet that video will do very well. I bet that video every week will do very well and attract a whole bunch of 20-year-olds. James, yes, that too. Or not just them on thumbnails, but just getting a very attractive host to start doing some of my videos on meme coins. Yeah, U.S. market just kind of weak, not doing much these days. Jake says, I'm 26. Please don't do meme coins. It's trash. Cryptos and Ferraris will bring them in. Well, yeah, I just got to do more Ferrari videos, I guess. Glad to be in the youngest age range. We out here just got a 10K account. Congratulations. 10K. You know, honestly, if you're in your 20s, especially early 20s, and you're playing with anything, you know, over 10K, man, you're way ahead of the game, right? I remember my 20s, nothing but credit card debt left and right, right? So if you have no credit card debt and you're working a good job and you're investing, you know, 10 plus K, man, you're way ahead of the game, way ahead of the game. James, do you think BlackRock will pay 35K for Bitcoin? Don't they have the power to call the ship back and buy and lower? You know, yes and no. You know, they probably have been buying, to be honest. No one knows. They may be buying. They may have started buying since 2017 when Larry Fink started first talking about it. We don't know. It could have been They could have been buying for a while. But for now, if they want to pull it back, it would be like basically too catastrophic, right? If Larry Fink came out and said something like, yeah, we're not so sure we want to come out of spot Bitcoin ETF, that would be a pretty damning like hole they puncture in the side of the ship. So I don't know if they could actually pull it back without kind of like upsetting their plans, right? So I just don't see them doing it. Can they manipulate the market in term like through their trading, through volume, you know, what whale games, like I used to say? Yeah, they could. But it's Bitcoin's a worldwide thing. Others are buying, so they may not want to play those games because if they start buying and selling, others are just buying, they're gonna be hurt by that. So I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I don't know what their true intent is, or what they have done, or what they are doing, but it does seem like they're very bullish, which makes me think that they may have accumulated for a long time already, and now they're saturated. They think they have enough. Ricardo, I'm 42, invested in meme coins. I was on Fox 29 News Philly after I showed Chris O'Connell my 1K investment in Doge turned into 50K. Well, that's a pretty cool story. Awesome. Congrats. It's fun. There's nothing wrong with meme coins. As long as you go in with the expectation that you know that this is really a gamble. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? It's really just a gamble. It's a fun thing. It's a degen thing. Make sure that you don't put all your money into it. You don't fill your entire portfolio with meme coins. As long as you're being safe with that, you're fine. Why are you not covering that Cardano's going to use Polkadot technology? Because I didn't hear about that at all. I really didn't. Jay Vore, I'm 32 and I only got 15K to my account. No debt, no house, no car. I feel behind in life. Well, no debt is a good thing. No house, I mean, honestly, it's hard to afford a house, right? If you're renting, that's fine. Some people argue renting is fine. No car, if you live in a city, you really don't need a car. So I think you're okay. Unless, you're not in a city and you're living in your mom's basement. Even if that's the case, you got 15K in your account, you have no debt. So you're still better than others that are living paycheck to paycheck with hundreds of thousands of debt, right? So you're not that bad if you think about it. Mass Q? I don't know what Mass Q is. It's a little bit too small for me to cover, but whatever. I'll pull it up for fun. Live online without a trace. Earn crypto while you sleep. It's a VPN browser. Okay, it's like a privacy thing. Decentralized VPN. That's not bad. That's not bad. If you want to hide all your transactions, you want to hide your internet traffic. Okay. I don't know how the VPN works. I'm assuming that you need to own the token in order to run the VPN. I'll just say it's okay. Not on any big sexes yet, so it probably just came out recently. There are others in the space that do offer the same thing, though. Is it true, George, you're starting an OnlyFans? I can't confirm or deny that. Brian says, I'm 69, been in crypto for 3 years now. Looking forward to the big breakout. This will be huge. And you're from Scotland. I've never been to Scotland, never been to England or UK. I do want to visit sometime. But yeah, you're in the right space, man. You will see that big breakout within the next 2 years. So you'll be in for a treat. Do a gender poll. I don't need to do a gender poll. It's like 99% male. All right, I'm going to end that poll. One last poll. Let's see. How many Bitcoins do you hold? 0 to 0.1, 0.1 to 0.5, 0.5 to 1. Oh, actually, that's 5 plus. 1 to 5. 0.5 to 1. All right, let's see. How many Bitcoins do you hold? Let's see how many whole coiners there are and how many people that have more than 5 Bitcoins. Because that's huge. That's huge. You have more female viewers than you think. Well, according to my analytics in YouTube, it's like 92 or 93% male and 7% female. So that's how I know. Thoughts on a Jeep Cherokee 4xe? I have tested it. I'm not a fan of the new Jeep Grand Cherokee, to be honest. The Jeep Cherokee, the smaller one, I have not tested. I tried the Grand Cherokee. Not a fan of the new Grand Cherokees at all. 4xEs are okay. Let's just put it that way. 568 people or 600 people voted. 54% of you guys have between 0 and 0.5 Bitcoin, which is a start. 23% of you guys have between 1 to 5. So, vast majority of you guys are not. No, it's not vast majority, but most of you guys are not whole coiners yet. Tucker Wrath says, please don't do meme coins. I feel most of my peers, 21, look at crypto like a scam because they get rich quick influence. I mean, but that's how 20-year-olds are. Or younger 21-year-olds. Maybe not the later one. 21-year-old. I mean, even yesterday, someone during my live stream yesterday are saying, why are you covering all these that have moved already? Why don't you cover like new things, you know? Because there's a lot of people that don't care about anything. They don't care about investing. They don't care about waiting for years. They want to know what to buy now, make a quick buck, and that's it, right? And that's what I think a lot of younger 21-year-olds or teens, they want. They don't really care. But the thing is, you know, if you're a teenager, you're 20, you still have so much time left, right? By the time they hit 40, that's like 20, 30 years. How many cycles is that? That's another like 8 cycles, right? If the young people knew what we know, which is basically just DCA on a schedule, and DCA over the next 10, 20, 30 years, they'll all be billionaires. They will. I mean, seriously, if you DCA'd for 20 or 30 years and lived through like 8 of these cycles, Bitcoin will be at like $5 million then. And who knows where everything else will be. They will all be billionaires by the time they hit 40. But very little of them will do that. Did I vote? I can't vote on my own poll. Surprisingly, I can't. All right, so we got 839 people voting. 55% is between 0 and 0.5, 12 between 0.5 and 1, 22% 1 through 5, and 10% of you guys have 5+. So congratulations to all of you guys. All right, guys. We're going to see how that Wednesday DCA portfolio is doing, but it's doing very, very well last time I checked it. All right, well, to conclude, you know what? A lot of fear out there. People are fearful of the stock market, equities, fearful about inflation, and inflation doing this. A lot of scariness out there. That's why we have a flight to quality. That's why we have $11 billion worth of money flowing into crypto just within the last month. And there will be a lot more to come. So stay strong, my friends. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Take care.